One change at the very bottom. Krishma Santoki is out. Sheldon Cottrell, his fellow Jamaican left armer, comes in, different pace. And New Zealand, no changes except that Kane Williamson is the leader this time around instead of Brendan McCullum. Set to get underway. Again, New Zealand in the field. Very successful campaign for them in the Caribbean. Test series victory, 2-1. Dwayne Smith didn't feature in that. Didn't get a start at all yesterday. Tremendously experienced in the T20 version of the game, as is this man, Tim Southee, who's going to get us underway. Much better weather conditions on this Sunday. And there's the man with the responsibility of leadership, even though the appointed captain is on the field. I wonder how that will work when it comes down to any critical decisions, if it gets a bit dicey, if it gets tight. Hopefully it won't be dicey with the weather. A bit of high cloud. First run of the match. We'll get Lendl Simmons on a strike. And well, you've heard from him already, you've seen him already in his fancy hat. Well, he's a bit breathless, but after his exertions out in the middle, he's joined us. Danny Morrison.
Afternoon, Fazir. Yes, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be. Lendl Simmons. And strike rate needs to climb somewhat. Can he do it today? Well, he's got off the mark instantly. Yes, the old hats, you need them. Bish and I go to that same barber and do love a little bit of colour, a little bit of pageantry with this fantastic format. Got to have fun, Faz, and you know we love to have fun. Good numbers these for Tim Southee. Don't bowl there, Timothy. First boundary, courtesy of Smith.
No surprise there. And they'll be looking for many more of those in the course of the West Indies innings. They were disappointed yesterday. Just 132 on the board. But this is a good start. Really generates some tremendous power with that short arm jab. Didn't have a tremendous amount of width, but was still able to get it away.
And off the front foot. Oh, look, got the dancing step on too. And fine leg up inside the circle. It's Southee. And consecutive boundaries to Smith.
Already a much brighter start for the West Indies. Consecutive fours, badly lined with the fine leg up. Even with Smith losing his footing. Wasn't going to lose contact. Ensure that he picked up the boundary. Very good start. 2 wickets were down with 10 runs on the board yesterday. Well, the sun is out this afternoon in Roseau, and the West Indies are 10 without loss after 1 over.
A lovely change to see the current bun, as they'd say in London, the sun out. Ah, some of the girls from the hotel are here. Good stuff. Receptionists at the anchorage said they were coming. Brilliant. More filtering in as we speak.
Well, the drums are beating already. They're working of a fearsome rhythm out in the sunshine. And Trent Boult had the early success yesterday together with Southee. Really a key man, a real spearhead for New Zealand, both in the tests and in the shorter forms of the game. We had a look at that economy rate, 7.86. I think he'll want to get that down quite a bit.
Indeed. He hasn't played a lot though. See, he's just a handful of matches. Tended to target Trent Boult as a test match, or maybe a bit of 50 over, but certainly test match cricket. And they've said, look, let's let you get some confidence in test match cricket. I want you to develop through test match mode, and then we'll have a look at the shorter versions. Good carry. There's that bit of moisture that Ian Bishop and I were talking about when we were out pitch side just moments ago. No surprise with all that moisture being sucked out of the surface by the sun. And again, when you win the toss and do what you want to do, makes that little bit of difference. Everyone's on a bit more of a lift and that positive energy and vibe. When all the weather that happened yesterday, in fact, even days before, it's been lots of showers, lots of overcast conditions leading into this weekend. Good for the quick men with a new ball. I wonder when that was coming. Simmons, very good at improvising, and he's brave enough to use his feet against the fast men.
He always does this. Gives the bowlers a charge pretty early in any form of the game.
Yeah, good channel. So we've had 5 dot balls on the trot. I was going to ask you about that. Maybe with Chris Gale, what, 34, and you've now got Brathwaite developing. He's only 21. Look at Simmons. He should play a bit of test cricket, surely.
Well, in that department, he's an unfulfilled talent. Played his first test against England 2009, but has never really managed to get a foothold in that form of the game. Good bowling here from Trent Boult. Maiden over to start with. Excellent start for him. It remains 10 without loss.
Oh, it's a cracker. Maidens are like gold in 2020 cricket. She'll tell you. That brolly's from the sun, not the rain today. Yeah, it's hot, it's humid.
Kids are out as well, school is out. It's time for the long holidays, 2 months, the school vacation. Clean him up. Another failure for Dwayne Smith. Another early strike for New Zealand via Tim Southee.
Big smiles, celebrations with the bowler. Scrambled seam. It's nipped back nicely off a jagged seam. It's at the top and middle off the pads. Can't believe it, Dwayne Smith. Well, he's going to have to. The death rattle would have been annoying for him. Couple of boundaries and he's out of here for 9, 10 for 1, the West Indies.
Andre Fletcher was the star with the bat for the West Indies in a losing effort. 52 of 39 balls. Got going pretty instantly. Really hits the ball very hard. Couple of 50s now in T20 internationals. He finds himself in the crease pretty early again.
right arm over. You've got 5 deliveries left.
Yes, yes, yes. The Spice Man up against Southey. Good little chat to him from Grenada. You're saying, Faz, spices from there, that region. Big shout from the bowler. Thinks it was pad, then bat. Certainly both involved. Scrambled seam. Does it on purpose. Part of the repertoire from Southey. Off the back leg and onto the stumps. Probing. Fantastic length. That's the beauty if you can play all forms of the game. He's come from a test series, Southey, so he's been in the groove. He's had success and he's transferred that into the T20s.
There he goes, but mistimed. And that's why he struggles in the longer forms of the game. He can't help himself. It fits perfectly for Lendl Simmons in the T20 version. Looks spectacular when he gets away with it. But in first-class cricket at test level, it looks ugly at times. Gets out there very, very often. But when he's on song, it can look truly spectacular in this form. It's a legacy really of the amount of T20 cricket they play formally and informally in his native Trinidad and Tobago. It's also played with a tennis ball. Nighttime cricket was very, very popular in Trinidad. So he would have grown up playing virtually T20 cricket all his life.
And when we had the test series earlier on, didn't he play in like a single wicket competition and won it? Won good money too.
Yes, he did. Yeah. So he's someone who loves this form of the game. But it's about appreciating circumstances, knowing what the situation is, knowing when you can go after the bowlers. But he likes to make a statement pretty early on. Unfortunately, sometimes it finishes with a full stop.
Big exclamation mark. Well, he's got a great hand-eye. He turned up in the IPL recently, turned up late and made a huge impact. Got 100, a couple of other big half centuries as well. So can play in this format. And he's going to keep the strike. Lendl Simmons ends the over, a wicket from it, and 4 runs. It's 14 for 1.
Lovely Sunday afternoon in Roseau today, the capital of the Commonwealth of Dominica. West Indies with the one change, Cottrell coming in for Santoki, and with the early setback, Dwayne Smith, second failure in as many days, bowled by Tim Southey off his pads. Trent Boult started with a maiden over.
Trent Boult, first over. 6 dot balls. Lovely probing length. Again, like Southey, played in the Test series. A lot of success in 5-day cricket. And has transferred that, like Southey, into the T20 weekend. Now Fletcher's on strike, but Simmons is just tying his laces and putting his gloves back on. Lovely grouping. Expect that from Boult.
Yeah, no.
Wonderful technician, Trent Boult. terms of release, getting the ball to swing, sometimes just enough, sometimes quite prodigiously, when conditions suit. And again, the left armers have that wonderful extra X factor to their repertoire when they come left arm around to right-handers. Close down angles, create something just different. At a single. Now we've had 2 dot balls, around 142 Ks. This is useful. Now Fletcher, who got runs yesterday, has just got off the mark. He's just come to the crease. And is he going to try something a little outrageous with this one? He wants to. Cannot afford to let too many dot balls go by in this format.
Corey Anderson finally getting some action on this tour. And clearly there's a concern for New Zealand cricket. They've asked that he not play in the Caribbean Premier League. Place is going to be taken by Jimmy Neesham for the Guyana Amazon Warriors.
Oh, really? Not happy, Bob. I've just seen Anderson. Wonderful talent, Corey Anderson. This has almost been dragged on with more improvisation. He had himself room there. Lendl Sims always lucky, really lucky there. Oh well, we got another Kiwi then, so that's not a complaint, is it? Let's keep it New Zealand. Guptill plays for the Amazon Warriors as well. That's good to see. Another good over from Trent Boult. 16 for 1 here.
Wonder what role Tom Latham will play in a team like this, because you look at the way he operated in the Test series. Was pushed further and further down the order yesterday in pursuit of 132. Didn't get a chance at the crease. Going at 4 runs per over. West Indies kept in check. Early loss of Dwayne Smith, falling to Tim Southey. And now, here's the new warrior. The Guyana Amazon man, Jimmy Neesham. And that's 4, badly lined.
Had a good time at the Test series, Jimmy Neesham, mainly with the bat in hand, so he's going to have to work at this string to his bow. I've said it before and I'll say it again, it's not his strongest suit. What the pads on is, and bat in hand, but he just tends to fall and lean out towards cover when he bowls to a right-hander, so he just falls just a little, not a lot. But he needs to be over off stump more and more. When he warms up, can bowl a heavy delivery, can get up to that 142, 143 even. Bowled a great Yorker to get rid of Jerome Taylor at Bridgetown. He's bounce guys, he's surprise packet sort of stuff. And he gets an opportunity to stay for the CPL, the young fella. Oh, it's good.
Is it going to clear the boundary? Yes, it is. Andre Fletcher continuing from where he left off yesterday. They'll be looking for many more in that area.
Angle, try to slower one. Kept sliding in towards off and middle. Got 52 yesterday, Andre Fletcher, So he's in a bit of touch. And he touched this one up. Ah, there's the Yorker. Just wanted that to tail a bit more in, similar to the one we're just talking about with Jerome Taylor. If he can develop this in his game, oh yes, seam up, beauty. Then he will be a handful as he starts to develop and progress as a international cricketer.
Run out chance. He would have been gone with a direct hit. Brendan McCullum.
Yeah, saw back and all. I was out in the middle before the toss and I heard that Williamson was taking over and I thought they might have rested Brendan McCullum. He said, no, Brendan's going to play, even with a niggly back. And then that all bodes well to help Kane Williamson out there with the field and maybe just tweak it a little bit for him. But what's happening is I think at the moment, you say, listen, Kane, you're the man. And I'm not saying anything. I want you to have this experience. I'm not going to get in your way, says Brendan McCullum. Learn and enjoy, have a go. Now 11 runs off that Nisham over. Western's 27 for 1. Fletcher v Bolt. Time for a change in voice. We've got Ian Bishop and Jeffrey Dujon.
Thanks, Danny. I'm curious, I'm fascinated to see what length the seamers continue to bowl to Andre Fletcher. Because we've talked about how well he played yesterday, well in the context of how they pitched the ball up at him, and every time they pitched the ball up at him, that left leg was down the track and carting it down the ground or over wide mid-on. See, I think you've got to be shorter to Fletcher until he plays a nice pull shot. Make him play that pull shot. Up in the air. Up in the air. All the way, in fact. Or has it gone all the way? Yes, it has. That's an amazing shot. 106 in all T20s for Lendl Simmons.
He's been trying to do this since after the first couple of balls he faced. Gets some good bat on this one and slices it. Square boundaries are quite substantial. Good hit. He's letting Trent Boult know exactly what his intentions are. Maybe just feeling a little bit of scoreboard pressure. Wants the West Indies to be a bit further along than they are now.
I think he does try to overhit the ball sometimes because he's been swinging lustily, but he's only 10 or 14. When you've seen him at his best, he times the ball a little bit better. Andre Fletcher would have been run out again. Well, that didn't miss by much.
Well, this was really bad running. It was just played in front of Simmons, but Boult on his follow-through was right on it. And when he picked it up, Fletcher wasn't even in the same parish.
It's noticeable as well that Boult's been trying to keep the ball back up a length at Lendl Simmons. I think it's the ideal length to the man at the non-striker's end as well. Probably more so. Simmons can pull, he can cut. That was quick. Wow, that was quick, and it was wide, but it was pacey.
And you will get that from time to time on this pitch. When we looked at the pitch this morning, there were two different textures. Clearly some areas a bit harder than others, and that's one of those hard areas. Good bounce, and it came up with good pace as well. Again, a risky single to McCullum. Need to incorporate some of this into the innings, these two. Rotation of the strike. Simmons has been trying to hit the cover off everything, and that's resulted in quite a few dot deliveries.
Yeah, much better length. See, he's always propping forward. 36 for 1.
Power play. Dwayne Smith got off to a good start, and then Tim Southey found a little off cutter to deal with him. Joe Fletcher hitting into his favourite area, and Lendl Simmons weighing in as well with a 6 behind point. But there have been quite a few dot balls in between, and New Zealand will not be unhappy with how the first power play has gone.
Run a ball. Only a run a ball over the first 6. Neesham. And when we go back to the ICC World T20, Gale struggled. Smith struggled to a large extent because Chris Gale is not a big runner early up. Lendl Simmons was coming in maybe at 3, 4 in that area, but he went to the IPL, had a very good IPL, Lendl Simmons, as a replacement player. Got 100. Because he was picking his shots a lot better. His shot selection was good. He was rotating strike. And I thought, even with Dwayne Smith, I thought he provides a good option because he can run between the wickets. His T20 game, certainly at franchise level, has gone up a notch. But the power play still isn't firing yet for the West Indies.
I think he can give himself a few more chances here, Lendl Simmons, with trying to rotate the strike. He is one of the West Indian batsmen who I always regard as being a good worker of the ball, even though he's a very blusty hitter. He knows how to find the gaps. He knows how to rotate the strike. But I think here he's just feeling that little bit of scoreboard pressure, and it's causing him to be overly aggressive and missing opportunities. That's more like it. Those add up as well.
Yeah, Jeffrey, I think you're right. He knows. Lendl Simmons understands how to take these singles. He has good communication with some players that he's familiar with, but I don't think over the course of his career that he has rotated the strike. Look at the strike rate. He hasn't done it. He knows how to do it. We've seen it occasionally. That should run away for 4. It does run away for 4. Too much width from Neesham.
An edge into a vacant slip area is always a good shot. It will more times than not bring you 4, especially in this form of the game. And they'll take them any which way that they can get them now. Partnership 34 in 29 balls. He's been mixing up his pace, Jimmy Neesham, to reasonable effect. 8 from that over, 44 for 1.
There's that sort of day, the umbrellas, the parasols are out, and that is a good thing. Yesterday was a difficult day for all concerned, mostly the players, because of the conditions. The umpires did their best to get as many overs in. Ah, yes. There are times when you'll come here, if you've not watched cricket in Dominica before, and those grass banks will be packed to capacity. Corey Anderson. Now Joel Wilson doesn't elect to go upstairs for a referral. Back Gregory Brathwaite.
Could have been interesting if McCullum was left-handed. It's quite close. I think they're having a word about that. Simmons looked to be struggling. And he'll pick up a single there a lot more comfortably.
And that's their innovative way of staying in the shade here. Sitting and standing in the shadows cast by the lighting towers. It's a high priority area, that one.
That's a fortuitous edge, and it goes all the way. With Fletcher beaten by that one. Just wide of Ronchi. And with just enough pace to beat third man. That's good running. Desperate work there from Corey Anderson, but good running by these two. Could see that they were looking for two from the very beginning. Ran the first one hard. Anderson had some work to do. Got rid of it as quickly as he could, and a direct hit could have brought him some joy.
He's a bit winded, Lendl Simmons. Because of the abrasive nature of the surface, Jeffrey Dujon talked about the different texture that is available along this 22 yards. You'll find that there'll be a lot of cutters because the ball is gripping on the surface. So the spinners will get something throughout the day, but the seamers will be rolling their fingers across it, asking the ball to hold up in the surface. See a few cross seam deliveries as well. .54 for one. Sheldon Cottrell in the team today. Santoki, one left arm seamer replaces another. Santoki left out slow, I suppose medium, left out for the quicker left arm fast bowler Sheldon Cottrell. I just wonder with Santoki, you know, I know it's early, but since the last game of the ICC World T20, we've seen a tailing off in his form through the IPL into the yesterday. Nisham had some side spin on that.
You're talking about cutters, Bish. There's been a lot of that in this game. Just taking the pace off the ball. And saw Simmons coming that time and just pulled it down. And we saw it even with the new ball. That was one that cut back off the pitch. Saudi just running his fingers down the side of it and getting it with a scrambled seam to just nip back at Smith. It's that type of surface, and I think we're going to see a lot of that. A change of pace, the cutter, the slower cutter, the faster one. He certainly assessed the conditions well, Tim Saudi.
Good running this time from Fletcher. Nisham has pulled his length back.
Well, it seems they may have heard me and they've started to look for the gaps, started to look for areas where they can get singles and twos, apart from just trying to hit boundaries.
Change in the field before that last ball was bowled. The fine leg, deep fine leg, came up to a short fine leg position and mid-off dropped back to long off. Telltale sign that the bowler is going to bowl a fuller length in response to the field. Most times they'll take pace off it. He smacked that, smacked it well, and he's hit it for 4.
The 50 partnership comes up in just 41 deliveries. Lendl Simmons on the go. Down the track and pulled that one. Got it flush in the middle of the bat. And that's the breakdown of this partnership. Pretty even Steven. Slower delivery, hit to the wrong man, no single taken. 9 overs gone, it's 62 for 1.
Strike rate still not up to 100 yet for Lendl Simmons. 25 runs, have taken 26 deliveries. This crowd here cheers every run, single, 2, 3, 4, not just the boundaries. Need to get up to at least 150 to the West Indies.
Well, that 172 would obviously be ideal, and they do have the firepower, the West Indies, to get to that point. The rear guard didn't fire yesterday, lost 5 wickets for less than 40 runs, so they'll be hoping that these two stick around. That might just fall safe. It does. And then the men to come really have a pad on which to launch an attack and get up to somewhere in the region of 172. Didn't get a chance to do it yesterday. There's been a good enough start to make that a possibility today.
Oh, lovely pickup. Instead of backing away outside leg stump, he went outside off stump. And I think Anderson was aiming for middle and leg stump, which was exposed.
It's one thing about Lendl Simmons is mobility in the crease. When he gets going and he's at his best, he's very difficult to bowl to. Corey Anderson is finding that out. He's got inside his crease, showed him the stumps, and then employed the face of the bat at the last minute.
It's better when he stays in the shot, isn't it, instead of over swinging. Still short fine leg, and there is mid-off. Leading edge to cover. Might also see a little bit of Ish Sodhi again.
He will get the ball to grip on this surface, there's no question about that.
Yeah, Teddy. I made the camera up.
Views from way up the hill towards the eastern side of the ground. I wonder if they can see anything. Can they make anything out? That's the area to penetrate. That is the area. Stayed in the shot, controlled the shot, and penetrated wide of mid-off.
That's a really classy shot from Lendl Simmons. It's a slow outfield. Mid-off was deep, and this was hit with perfect timing. Really got everything going through that. Not even the slow outfield could stop that.
Third man's come up, long off has been pushed into position. And he's lucky. Corey Anderson, oh, would have been gone, would have been gone. Give up the ghost, Lendl Simmons. 10 overs completed, 73 for 1. Like to think Anderson took some pace off it, and that's why Simmons tried to run it past the third man who'd come up, but he was way out of his ground. And the throw came in. Not for the first time in the innings we've seen that. In partnership now, a good one. 63 from just 48 deliveries. Mirroring the commentary box with Danny Morrison, Fazir Mohammed.
Thanks very much, Bish. We should think in terms of getting way beyond 51-60. Had to set for 132 yesterday. They really cashed in off for Ish Sodhi. His 3 overs in his first T20 international cost 35 runs. He did get the wicket of Fletcher.
Big moment in his development here, Shodi. Said this about Test match cricket. Well, now it's T20 time. And the positive aspect now is that Sodhi's got a drier ball to work with. And he's come on in the 11th over. At least he can hold on to the ball for starters. That's nice. It's a nice pace and a good loop. So with 3 singles, that's nice and calming for this young man. He knows he's going to get belted for a few here and there, but he also has the opportunity with a big boundary. A couple of skiers. And it's gone off the straight somewhat. Thought it might, Faz, thought it might grip the moisture, the rolling of the pitch, then the sun coming out today and baking it a bit more and evaporating the moisture that's there, so it is gripping for Ish Sodhi.
Catch it!
Now then, has he got it? Yes! Arms aloft from the bowler. And he's fortunate that's got a very good fielder in Corey Anderson on the boundary to have the presence of mind to take it, flick it back in and finish the job.
Well, based on what we've seen in other T20 competitions, that's almost routine from Corey Anderson. Big swing from Simmons, didn't middle it. Anderson taking the catch, throws it up before he goes over, comes back over the rope and completes it. Pretty straightforward. Sodhi offering Simmons the challenge and gets the important wicket. Goes for 36. It's 76 for 2. Darren Bravo had a good partnership of 88 with Andre Fletcher yesterday, scored 30 before the West Indies faded away with the rain and the gloom and the loss of momentum. Well, he's come out in different circumstances. Good start, good platform. Pressure will be on him and the others to deliver. Give the West Indies a chance of squaring this series and getting something out of this visit by New Zealand.
A fabulous time for the Black Caps and Sodhi to get a wicket. 76 for 2 is certainly better than 10 for 2, as was yesterday. Very, very good over from Sodhi. A wicket, just 3, 76 for 2. He's bowled some flighted deliveries in his first 3 of this first over. Gives it more air, and that's what happens. Presence of mind, Corey Anderson. As you say, Faz, this is stock and standard nowadays. That's just too easy, isn't it?
I'm still yawning.
Yeah, that's because of Ramadan, isn't it? Eh? Oh, too easy.
Captain's prerogative, Kane Williamson. Having a bowl now. That's pulling rank for you. Gets the captain's job and says, okay, I'll have a bowl.
Absolutely. And he was probably seeing the purchase off the pitch from Sodhi. Oh, Brendan too. Well, the two captains. The senior incumbent, Misfield.
Conspiracy, conspiracy.
Yeah, we don't want you bowling, Kane. Well, Brendan, why haven't you got the gloves on? Brendan, get the pads on, son. Get back to keeping. Help the balance of the side. Just tricking. It's joshing. Yeah, I think you look at the guys that are missing. Probably Mitch McClenaghan back in New Zealand, and Nathan McCullum, Brendan's brother, possibly with the balance of the side.
Well, there are some keeping options on the field apart from Brendan McCullum. You've got BJ Watling, who did duty in the test, Tom Latham. They could go with anyone of those 4.
The West Indies could use Fletcher, couldn't they? Simmons as well, he can don the gloves, so both sides have got some options. A couple of injuries, and then other guys could pick up the gloves. On match day, that is. Fabulous.
I was trying to make a case as a keeper for Darren Bravo, but Craig Cozy and company are letting me have it, saying that he's not up to standard and all that sort of thing, but he's actually done the job occasionally at first class level.
That's because you're from Trinidad, aren't you? And he's Bayesian as Craig Cozier. There's a little bit of rivalry between you chaps, isn't there?
When in doubt, get parochial.
Oh yes. This is turning out to be a pretty good over, apart from the wide, but just singles, that's all they're dealing in. The West Indies. It's Williamson over. Call will be 2 here. Oh, we're going to have to hustle. And it's gone, I reckon. Tight. Not even going to go upstairs. God, come on. I won't have another look side on anyway. It's over though. They won't bother. 12 done, 84 for 2.
A better return, a quicker return, and you would have been long gone. But safely home. Good call, Gregory Braffett. Not too many umpires trust their own eyesight these days. Now there he is, perfectly positioned and well in.
As you say, Faz, throw right over the bails. Might have had Darren Bravo. Bit of excitement though. Nearly another run out in this form of the game. Now Sodhi up against Bravo, who got into him in the test match at Trinidad, like this. But this should be out. Neesham. Oh, he wanted it. He called for it. And he shelled it. Has James Neesham. Definitely his catch. Should have been the 3rd wicket down. Crowd go crazy.
Gotta feel sorry for Ish Sodhi in a form of the game where as a spinner you expect to travel. Could have had this important wicket early on. As Gotten Lendl Simmons already is getting turned off this pitch, it's gripping. Neesham chased everybody away. Said it's mine, 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 get out of the way. Made it clear, ready to take off. There was no one within half a mile of him to distract him.
Oh dear. Never easy, those ones you're running back over your shoulder. Got the sunglasses on though. He's so good there is Darren Bravo. Mentioned in the test match, he hoisted a few sixes at Queen's Park Oval. This is a boundary, but he is so strong down the ground against the spinners.
I just want to get confirmation whether it's 4 or 6. But again, he's living a charmed life now, Bravo. Had a big swing early on, skied it up, put down by Neesham. Just waiting for the confirmation. It's taking a bit of time here. Let's see what happens. Good straight hit. That goes too short. That's 4 runs. Big hit, no doubt about this one. They start raising the arms already, Gregory Braffett, as those fans are doing. 97 for 2.
That's why the Neesham catch needed to be taken, because Bravo devours these sort of deliveries up into the tier. Wonderful winder from Darren Bravo. Such a clean striker is Bravo against off spin or leg spin. Best over to date. Adds a little bit more frustration to the young wrist spinner, Ishodi. Had the opportunity to get Darren Bravo in the same over, and then it disappears. Thinking about two, it's too well hit from Fletcher.
Bowl him now. Williamson gets the wicket that New Zealand should have gotten in the last over. Bravo won't make the most of his chance, and it's an important breakthrough for the Black Caps.
Big breakthrough, big moment in the game, and disappointing for the West Indies. Can't work that one out really. He's gone so far outside leg stump, he did well to reach it. We'll get him get close to it, trying to cut it. Bravo goes for just 14. The West Indies lose their third at 98.
West Indies just losing their third wicket. The fans enjoying themselves in the stands here at Windsor Park. Kieran Pollard, who can provide some entertainment off his own bat, comes to the middle.
Come on, boys. Keep going here, boys.
Strike rate touching 150. Interesting, facing the spinner. The start his innings. Really backed away a long, long way. Seemed keen to have a go at almost every single delivery. Another good over for Kane Williamson, captain for a day. 100 up after 14 overs, 100 for 3.
Well, not the smartest piece of batting, got to say. For a top order, classy player, Darren Bravo, he's got dropped his head alive, and then he goes way outside leg stump. Needed to bat the rest of these overs, or at least another 4 or 5. Gone for 14. Just lets the West Indies down so often in recent years. A little brain fade or a little explosion upstairs between the ears, and it cost them dearly good players getting set or getting a little start or getting an opportunity and then don't kick on. Bowlers find it a little bit tougher today, apart from Bolt. Very economical, but sun is out, more conducive to stroke play, and the ball disappearing. Fletcher, that 37 from 35, a maximum and 2 boundaries. Here comes Southey.
Gets Pollard on strike.
He wants 2 legs, does big Kyron Pollard. Oh, it's not all locals. A few tourists in the house. You know it. Great atmosphere, warm conditions, and if you're out of the sun with some light refreshments, it is the place to be. Pollard against Southey coming round now.
Right into the block hole, couldn't do much. Second time someone has slipped on that end.
Seamer looking for the Yorker. A bit disappointed, I reckon. Pollard should have got something on that. Not even a leg by. Dot ball. Yeah, got to get something on those. It's in the slot in a way. Little flick, pick up, drop kick. Once again, a bowler trying to get it up into the rib cage of Kyron Pollard. You know what Pollard's about. You pitch it up in his zone to free the arms and he'll flat bat you. He'll smash you over extra cover on the up in the arc. He loves it. Good length, full length to free the arms. Quick men, well, they want to tickle his ribs. Slow bounces, quick bounces, you name it.
Picked him out. Got the slower one. And launched it over long off for another 6. Second, he's 6 short of 50.
It's in good touch, that is for sure. Good slow ball, wasn't the worst. If anything, it was just a fraction too full, maybe. But he sat back, he picked it, he waited, did Andre Fletcher, and got enough of it to go over the rope. That's his second maximum.
That's a good shout. Probably hit just outside.
Reckon you're right, Paz. Hit outside the line. Kept a little low though too. Bowler can't believe it. Here we go. Seam up. Yeah, outside the line. As much as the bowler was adamant. Close-ish. But it is outside. Pitch, doesn't matter where it pitches, but where the batsman's hit. And he wasn't hit in line of off stump. So good call from Brathwaite, the ump.
Quick single, the end of the over. 5 overs left. It's 109 for 3. Get the confirmation here via Hawkeye. Yes, good call, umpire Gregory Braffett. Made the not out decision for the run out without the technology. It doesn't matter whether it would have hit. It was playing a shot and struck outside the line of off stump. So the West Indies, 5 overs to go. 109, they're looking certainly to get beyond 150 to take you through to that. If they do get there, Jeffrey Dujon and Ian Bishop.
Thanks, Faz. Where will the West Indies get to? It has to be 150 or more. Really does have to, with 5 overs left in the innings. A set batsman at the crease in Fletcher. Anderson. Just eluded short third man. But it's a heavy outfield, so they'll only get 3.
Well, he threw the kitchen sink at this one. But delivery was deep in the fingers, deep in the palm of Corey Anderson. Nisham just not tall enough to haul it in. Goes on to 48 and Andre Fletcher.
Lovely change of pace, lovely change of pace. Pollard was sizing up to pick out one of our cameramen hanging off the veranda, but he had to check his shot. Yeah, there he goes, hard and good deception. Love your hat, Jeffrey. Loving your hat.
Thank you, Bish.
Very stylish in your old age. That has been clubbed. That has been clubbed for 4.
No, that is pure unadulterated power. Just came down the pitch and slapped this through mid-on. Here is a man on the mid-on boundary. Did not have a chance. Got to him in a shot. Slow outfield or not, power is power.
Beautifully played by Kyron Pollard. The Yorker wide of off stump, not always a good idea with the short third man.
This is the kind of acceleration that the West Indies lacked in the last 5 overs yesterday. They didn't have the late batting to come and really seal the deal. Lost very cheap late wickets. 5 for less than 40. Can they turn that around today? This will just be a single-ish, Sodhi will do the fielding. Brings Fletcher into strike. He's on 48 from 40 deliveries. Looking at his second half century in this series and his 3rd in T20 internationals. Will he get there? He'll get there in increments. It's 122 for 3 after 60. They're looking at 162. They can get up to 10. Nisham. And that will be Andre Fletcher's 50. His 2nd in this short series.
Yeah, good knock from Fletcher. Needs to keep his strike rate though going. Consistently organised his game over the 2 days. Yesterday here in Dominica, 52. Today 50 not out. 53 in 2009 against the Australians.
and finds the man at deep square leg. They're very reluctant to pitch the ball up to Kieran Pollard, and with good reason. I reckon they have a better chance with him on the back foot and coming forward and releasing those big arms and that big bat. It's a good ploy to Andre Fletcher as well. He likes to get on that front foot. We've seen his strong areas. They're mostly off the front foot. There's a few delicate shots, but he's visited his favourite area as well. Straightish mid-wicket. Shown that he can hit it straight down the ground too.
Yeah, it's an interesting observation you make, because when they're bowling to Pollard, and we've seen it, I've observed it for the last, couple of overs really, in that they bring the man off the fine leg boundary into short fine leg. For Fletcher, I would keep the same feel to Fletcher and bowl that back of a length. Because Fletcher is more comfortable on that front foot, it's not that he can't be dismissed with the slow ball or the yorker, but primarily I'd be back of a length to him. New Zealand have missed that all through his innings today.
So if you bowl short to him, he's likely to be late, because his first instinct is to look to come forward. That's in the air and should fall safely. Didn't quite get hold of it. Gets himself a single, but not looking in control of those shots. Kieran Pollard, as 17 overs have been bowled, it's 126 to 3.
And hitting the ball into this leg side field when you're bowling from that Billy Doctorow pavilion end is much more difficult into the wind. We've stressed that yesterday and through today. It's more of a risk for the bowler if he's bowling from the media centre end, because you can hit the ball with the wind. Anderson.
We've really seen very few pull shots played with any sort of authority, and I think that's the reason for that is twofold. Batsmen trying to hit the ball too hard to start with, and the two-pace nature of this pitch. It gets on to them too early, or they get into the shot too early. So it's a good shot to try to get batsmen to play. Now that's in the air, and it's caught and brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Trent Boult. Well, have a look at that.
And Pollard would be a man who would have executed one of those catches time and again over the last couple of years. Ironic that he should fall to a piece of athleticism just as good from the left-arm fast bowler. Look at this, folks, catch of the season.
The catch itself in the first place was fantastic. Back he goes, takes it in one hand, has the presence of mind to throw it up, gets back, and that's where the athleticism comes in. Throws himself back in to take it at the second attempt. Brilliant stuff from Trent Boult. Gets rid of Kieran Pollard for 13. It's 126 for 4.
St. Lucia flag, prominent and proud in the crowd towards the western side because Darren Sammy, the West Indies captain, has come to the crease to replace Pollard. They're having a chat about something. Not sure what it's about, but there's a hefty strike rate for Darren Sammy. What a catch. What a moment. Danny Morrison's just telling him, I could have done the same if I was beyond the boundary. He would have torn a groin. Trent Boult, don't encourage it.
No, you're not going to complain if you get out to a dismissal like this. Just have a look at this, folks. Takes it in one hand, throws it up in the air, keeps his eye on it, and comes back and completes it. Magnificent. Just like that. Straight down the ground from Andre Fletcher.
Yeah, that's a good strike to hit it from about stomach high down the ground. Slower ball again. A little fuller than I thought. That is giving Fletcher his arc, and he uses that arc brilliantly. Why change the length from what you did before? That's what I don't understand with some of the bowling I've seen. You get Pollard with the short one, and maybe it's the one for the over. But it doesn't mean you have to go above shoulder high to a batsman who likes to hit the ball down the ground. That's just in his arc. So I'm not too sure that some of the seamers have utilized their resources well to Fletcher. But he's played well, Fletcher.
That's high, it's up in the air. Will it clear the boundary? Yes, it will. 6 to Darren Sammy. We're in the 18th over. It's time for the West Indies to hustle.
It's an amazing shot because of how far over the boundary it carried. He almost checked the shot. He almost got too far away from it, and just the bottom hand scooping it. Look at this. Bottom hand scooping it back down the ground. Amazing power. Everyone talks about the size of bats these days. I prefer to say it's the workman who uses his tools well. Beautifully struck. Magnificently struck by Sammy. 143 for 4.
This is a line drive from Darren Sammy. Slap this into left field. .143 for 4 now, the West Indies. 12 legal deliveries remain. They've got to try to make the best of these remaining overs. Still looking at 163 off at 10 and over. Boult. That's cut away. That's going to be 4. Shot Andre Fletcher.
An excellent job. It's a poor delivery. Short and wide at the death of the innings is asking for trouble. Has other options which are better still. The short ball to Fletcher is one, maybe a slower short ball or the Yorker. Fine leg has gone back deep. Gone for the Yorker. Knocked him over. Good comeback from Trent Boult.
It's a great delivery. Andre Fletcher. End of a good innings, a very important innings for the West Indies. 62 from 49 deliveries, and this is how he went. Full and at that leg stump. Maybe trying to hit it too square. And Trent Bolt, dead on target, takes the leg stump. Andre Fletcher goes for 62. It's 147 for 5.
Andre Russell has come to the crease to replace Andre Fletcher.
For this last over and a bit, there'll be 2 power hitters at the crease for the West Indies. At 162 or better, a good target for them to aim at. Darren Sammy has played a couple of lusty blows. There's another one, but it's in the air, it's not going to carry, and safely taken by Corey Anderson at long off. Darren Sammy comes and goes.
Hit high up the bat again. It's brave bowling by Bolt because it's length, but he's hit that length hard on this occasion. And those little scramble seam deliveries again at 141 kilometers per hour, and well, it's lodged. More than being caught, it's lodged in the body of Corey Anderson. 10 to Sammy, 148 for 6. Smart from Russell, really smart from Russell, because there's no one sweeping on that offside boundary.
Just too full, maybe too wide as well from Trent Bolt. You want that to be directed more at the stumps, and good thinking from Andre Russell.
Spot on, Jeffrey. It's got to be straighter. There's no one sweeping offside. Not that straight, because he'll have to bowl it again. So just those little nuances, I think a couple of times New Zealand have missed today with the leg side field. Those deep fielders right of your screen. And there's a long off and long on. So you want to be straight most of the time. You can't give no whiff. .154 for 6. Well, he picked up a couple of wickets in the over, but I think he's given value for money, Trent Bolt, today with that catch as well. Because one of who it is, Pollard, a danger man, and also the athleticism.
Well, I'll tell you what, Bish, if I was a batsman, I'd go and shake his hand before I went inside. That was a thing of beauty.
But it's becoming so commonplace. Sorry for the repetitiveness. He was too far off the boundary, Bolt. He was racing in, had misjudged it. That's another thing. Good camera work again. Not often we'd say that. But he was racing in off the boundary and backpedaled, Everything about it brilliant, including camera work.
I agree with you, Bish. Not about the catch, but about the camera work. Rare.
Well done, PJ. You're awake for once.
Good on you, PJ.
There they are. Alex Grist, big Alex on the right. Paul Joseph in the middle, the little shrimp, and Sean Barnard in the blue t-shirt left.
Yeah, he's the one that messed up that slow-mo.
Nah, but they're quality. These guys work very hard. They're quality cameramen, some of the best in the world over the years of being present here in the region.
Well, the field is spread far and wide. Boundaries may not be that easy to come by, but what they've got to do is make sure that they score off every ball that's left. Got 4 left. Boundary would get them to 160, 162. Very doable. That's going to be wide. Every little bit helps.
And what's the field set? Field encourages Southey as one of his options to bowl full and wide of off stump. There's no one square deep on the onside. He's taken that deep square leg fielder out of position from the boundary into a saving one position. That's where he wants the ball to Russell. Wants to take Russell's power through that onside away from him by bowling full and wide.
Got very deep in the crease for both those deliveries, Russell. That right foot well back on the stumps.
Now for Ramden Jeffrey, he's pushed those deep fielders back on the leg side. He's going round the wicket. So asking Ramden to try to defeat that leg side field, which he's unable to do. Second bluffed him with the attempted Yorker. Suppose he won't want to be predictable. There is the option of that slow ball because he's got protection at long on and a wide mid-wicket. Yeah, slow ball thrown up. Lovely bowling from Southey. Has to go to keeper. And Russell back safely.
Just lets that go out of the back of the hand. .161, one delivery remaining. That's going to go for 4. The West Indies are going to end up on 165 for 6. Decent score, could have been better. Russell depositing the last delivery wide of mid of long off for 4.
Stayed in the shot nicely, Russell, to finish the innings. Could be a challenging score because this pitch is gripping. Narayan and captain today for New Zealand. If you just joined us, Brendan McCullum is playing, but Kane Williamson has been handed the captain's responsibility out there with James Neesham. Critical to see whether the ball should grip a lot more for the slow bowlers of the West Indies, who will find it more amenable than the wet, slippery bar of slope they had yesterday to operate with. So Danny Morrison, can New Zealand get to this total? I think it's a challenging one in the conditions.
Yeah, I think it's a goodie. terms of a total posted by the home side. And Budry, well, he's difficult. Also straight like that. He's up against today's skipper. Yeah, I found that rather intriguing to find out that information, that Kane Williamson was taking over captaincy today, and I thought, well, maybe Brennan McCullum would have a complete rest into the tour, last game of the Test series and these two T20s. Thought the incumbent skipper might just have a break, clutching that back through the Test series and into yesterday and a bit today.
Well, in fact, we've got a release from New Zealand Cricket which says that as part of New Zealand's future captaincy planning, that's why they've given this young man, an outstanding young man, the opportunity to hone his skills today. It's the official release. So they've got their eye on him down the road, and it's nice. I think it's nice. Succession planning. Too many times across the world you're not seeing that sort of medium to long-term planning. Now Jimmy Neesham, can he strike the ball down the ground with relish? Can the West Indies stop him? Badri can slide the ball across, and he does have a good googly, Samuel Badri. And he can bowl into his legs as well, make him hit into the wind. Because the two deep fielders outside of a circle, there they are, left of your screen. Fletcher and Pollard, long on and mid-wicket.
It was a bit quicker, that one, wasn't it? Yeah, hustled through that last delivery. Just two from the first one. It's 2 for none. Gorgeous blue skies. All the cloud that was around, in fact, around lunchtime, just prior. The odd shower this morning, floating around. All gone. Good conditions to chase down 166. Young guns at the top, Williamson and Neesham. Single apiece. And they're trying to track down 166 for victory and take out this mini T20 series 2-0. 1-0 from yesterday. Big Sheldon Cottrell. He broke the hand of Marty Guptill in the CPL last year. Has got some wheels. Makes batsmen hurry their stroke. Not bad economy, but it is early days. Popped out to New Zealand.
I think Neesham was unlucky to get away with that, but they've thrown it away. They've just thrown it away. As I was about to say that Cottrell was also lucky that that wasn't clipped past short fine leg as it was heading down the leg side. Then an untidy piece of work from, I think it's Fletcher. Yeah, that could easily have been clipped for 4 at that pace. You want to stay away from leg stump. Sheldon Cottrell with the wind coming across from right of the screen towards the left. May just have straightened in the air. Off stump and outside. No, he goes short fine leg. Short fine leg. That's not where you want to be. He was lucky the first ball, not so lucky this time.
Well, he's got pace, but he's a little raw. Saw a little bit of him last CPL. To say he's got good pace, but radar needs working on.
Consider the win. Consider the win. Got in. Soft dismissal for Jimmy Neesham, but the salute. Standard procedure from the man from the Jamaica Armed Forces.
Oh, I love it. And so does Sheldon Cottrell. He loves a celebration and a salute to boot. Full toss, going for another Yorker, and he's got out cheaply again as Jimmy Neesham, as was the case yesterday. I think he just got to double figures, but now Cottrell gets him with a salute. And Neesham back for an early one, just 7, it's 8 for 1.
Big Mac. Brendan McCullum arrives at the crease, got 40 yesterday. His highlight with the bat over the Tour of the Caribbean in the internationals, his highest score was delivered yesterday. A very healthy strike rate, and he will need to put in something as significant, if not more so. Amazing that Jimmy Neesham has been out of 2 full deliveries. Off the outer half of the bat yesterday, off the inner half of the bat. McCullum away straight off his first ball. Or should I say off the outer half of the bat today. What is Hawkeye offering? That was yesterday. Full toss, attempted Yorker, inside edge. Today, lovely work from Hawkeye. They're multi-skilled Hawkeye off the outer half of the bat today. 2 soft dismissals for Neesham.
2 left arm quicks. 1 taller, 1 shorter. Cottrell and Santoki. The right-handed Brendan McCullum now. And he means business straight away. Wicked winder, but no connection. Well, if he had a sore back yesterday, I reckon it's just been tweaked again. Gave it plenty.
Does have some options, some skills, Cottrell. He can get the Yorker in. He also takes pace off the ball quite nicely. He loves the odd short ball too. Nice and straight. $11 for 1.
Asking rate originally was 8.3. Well, it's gone up slightly to 8.6. Brollies for the sun today, not for the rain. It is warm. And more of the braided hair. Some of us are just a little jealous. Outstanding. Yeah, good crowd in. Sunday afternoon, must-win game for the West Indies. Salvage a bit after the Test series. Loss of 2-1. They've lost yesterday. Could do with a victory, the home side.
And be safe. Loves a sweep. McCullum. So good in the ICC World T20 Samuel Battery. Then he went off to the IPL. He only got the occasional game there. And since returning to Trinidad, he's talked about the fact that he really hasn't had any cricket to play. He said that the club season in Trinidad and Tobago is finished, so just had to make do with a couple of practice sessions. Oh, Ramdin asks for the stumping there, and it goes upstairs.
Umpire Brathwaite, he wants to go upstairs. Clearer bit of evidence very shortly. Very smart bowler. Samuel Badri, yeah, that's all fine. Foot is well behind. Now then, dances down, misses, slides. Oh, I think he's foot in the air at the point that the bails are up. I just reckon that, yeah, part of that boot is down. This will be good. This will be a good replay. In the air and there. To the point of it breaking, the bail's leaving the groove. I think part of Kane Williamson's back foot is planted, it's touching. Going with the stumpy. Foot goes down, yeah, and then you get that movement and breaking of the stumps and the bails coming up. So, benefit of the doubt, it's got to go towards the batsman. And roll it there. Even there he's touching. Planted. Bails are still coming out of the groove. He's touching that back foot. Just, but it is.
Just 3 runs off 8 deliveries from Badri. Oh, brilliant. He would have swept this from just outside the off stump and defeated the 2 men at short square.
You got to be careful with Badri because he skids on. When he bowls that flatter, faster one, LBW comes into play. Yeah, he missed that, and the bowler would have certainly been screaming. I reckon it was targeting towards about middle and off stump. Now he's keen to give the strike to Brendan McCullum.
Let's have a look at that 4 again. And maybe just outside the off stump.
Yeah, both players very adept at playing that. Down on one knee. Little escape stroke, as we say. Yeah, might have hit off stumpers, yeah. Too short. Won't go all the way because Russell's so quick. Another couple of runs. 9 off the over, 20 for 1. A fairly mellow start. New Zealand going at, let's call it 6.7 at asking rate. Not impossible. Not with wickets remaining. Interesting to see the next couple of deliveries how McCullum plays this opening couple of deliveries from Cottrell in a new over. beautifully bowled, because players and teams alike in T20 cricket or 50 over cricket, they want to target the first couple of balls, want the ball to be sent to the fence, and if on occasions they can, pop it over the fence. Then it sets up the rest of the over where the pressure is relieved somewhat for the batting side. Has he got a change up, Cottrell? Does he bowl a bit of variety now? Yes, he does. Just about goes for 6 though. Flying of the blade. 1 bounce for 4.
McCullum is going hard at everything. Another day, you could say, well, top edge down to third man, but he's gone wide of that third man. It's going really hard, so you have to be, as a bowler, very precise. Gone again, gone down the ground. Scatters the West Indies reserves under the tent. He really is going hard, McCullum.
Hard, he's smoking it. Yes, yes, Brendan. Give yourself room, keep your balance, and swing through the line. Wear a helmet under the tent as well.
How does he respond? Oh, not missed by a lot. Shaved the stumps.
Well, Bish, you and all know that sometimes when you slide on a bit quicker, you'll disappear a bit further. It's broken the fingers of this. A bit more off-cut. Take a lot of pace off the ball might be a smart thing to do.
Barely wrong foot's rammed in. And he gets another boundary. Ramden was going to his left as you would based on the line. The outside edge took it further away to his right.
Well, the bowler did the right thing. Watch the wrist here. Yeah, took pace off it. And unlucky, Cottrell. But it is missed by some margin. Even, I reckon, if Ramden hadn't quite got wrong-footed, wouldn't have got there. Thick enough and safe enough, much to this displeasure of Big Sheldon. 14 with 1 to go.
Just 1 this time. 15 off the over. It's 35 for 1. You're setting this up, aren't you? You're setting this up. Both sides, I suppose, because you're thinking Sunil Narine has his forwards to bowl. The ball will grip here. So you want to create that cushion if you're the West Indies, where when Narine comes in, there's a need to score to push things on. He's on now. And he is coming to the attack. 131 required from 96, so the asking rate is still 8. Not too displeased if you're a batting unit. But he talked Narine coming into this series about the fact that because of his mystery, most batsmen take a little bit of time to try to discern what he's doing, and by that time he can sneak in a couple of overs because of this being the shortest format. So that works to his advantage. Now, what does New Zealand do? Do they milk him, or do they go after him straight away, having played against him so often now?
Hopefully, the latter. There's one little side of Bish. He seems to be in this mood, Brendan McCullum, to say, look, I'm the guy to go, the guy to open those shoulders and cut loose. No, sent back by Williamson. Yeah, good call from the non-striker. Yeah, it's on. You've painted it nicely, Bish. I think he needs to go at him very shortly. There's a couple of dot balls. Nothing outrageous, nothing crazy. But if it's floated up on about off stump, maybe get out of the blocks. Hard do there with those, and then it goes the other way. Managed to squeeze a single. And clearly, easier said than done when you're taking on Sunil Narayan on a pitch that's gripping a little. And the odd vagaries in the bounce. Such a difficult customer in this format to get away.
Guys have been trying to pick him, and as we said yesterday, usually he'd hold the ball above the head. As he gathers himself now, guys are looking, as Hawkeye has been looking intently at his thumb position. The left of screen and right of screen, different thumb position. Left of screen, the thumb is off the ball. The right of screen, it's on the ball. Could have chopped that on. Now what's happening on the left of your screen with the thumb off the ball? It's the off break. And the right of screen with the thumb on the ball is the dusra. Now, can you pick those things up as a batsman? With everything happening relatively quickly. Well, that's runs, that's well played. That's 4. Lovely little touch. 40 for 1.
Oh, a bonus. Yeah, it's a little too short from Sunil Narayan. Don't often see that, particularly in conditions that suit. Usually so miserly. .40 for 1 New Zealand after 5. A change in voice up here. Fazeer Mohammed and Jeffrey Duja.
Thank you, Danny. All of the mysteries of Sunil Narayan coming into focus. But now it's Samuel Badri, who's been steady, as he invariably is. McCullum, though, is in the mood to suggest that he wants to go after him. 21 or 14 balls. New Zealand up with the rate.
That comparison is very important at this point. West Indies were 28 for 1 at this stage. That's out. That's out straight to Simmons at cover.
Well, he could have put it anywhere, and he put it straight into the hands of the man at cover. Another important wicket for the West Indies, just as you were talking about New Zealand being ahead of the game at this stage. Badri strikes.
Terrible shot there from Brendan McCullum. Very, very short. He had enough time to put it where he wanted to, and just sliced it to Simmons at cover. Badri dodges a bullet there. Brendan McCullum goes for 21. It's 40 for 2.
Ross Taylor was there at the end amid the steady rain and the gathering gloom to ensure that New Zealand were ahead of where they needed to be to win that opening T20 international. And now he's back in the brilliant afternoon sunshine of Roseau. And facing up to his Red Steel teammate, Samuel Badri.
Ball is right down over us.
Lots of experience, Russ Taylor. Lovely striker of the ball. Likes to get on with it.
Ja. Oh!
Comprehensively beaten. Might not turn the ball a lot when he gets a bit of help off the pitch, as he's getting off this one. Playing for the slider. Actually straightened a bit. And a bit of bounce.
Yes, yes, yes.
Like the googly. That's where you've got to watch him very carefully. Might not have all the wiles and variations and the mystery of a Sunil Narayan. He does mix it up. He gets it to the batsman pretty quickly.
Come in.
He's really bowling well. He's in his element. Yet to concede a run in the over and rushes into the batsman. Doesn't give them much time. Before you know it, the over is completed.
Ball
Wicket maiden for Samuel Badri. Keeps it at 40 for 2.
It's just what the West Indies needed. Let's have a look at the power play. Cottrell picking up the wicket of Nisham early. Kane Williamson and Brendan McCullum set about the bowling. Established a good rate until McCullum slashed one to cover. So 2 wickets down and things looking a little bit better for the West Indies, picking up a wicket just as at the right time. McCullum for 21. It's going to be the captain, Darren Sammy. Got 3 for 22 the first game.
It's not a bad economy rate. Just a touch over a runner ball. And he goes at. If you can maintain that in the course of 4 overs, the West Indies will be in a pretty good position. Sending out the fine leg now. You were short inside the circle. He's gone deep now. Out on the far side. There's a long on in place. And he's also got a deep square leg. Ross Taylor very good on the pull. Dwayne Smith in front of those fans, in front of the Grayson Shillingford and Irving Shillingford stand. The name Shillingford so synonymous with cricket in this part of the world. Grayson Shillingford, the first from Dominica to play for the West Indies. The late 1960s, 1968 series against England. And then Irving Shillingford also played for the West Indies in the 1970s. And, as we know, only too well, Shane is the latest of the Shillingfords to play for the West Indies. Not in this series, of course. He's looking for that shot all the time, Kane Williamson. Just looking to paddle it away past the short fine leg. But somebody has to crash it about. Required rate Under 10, not unmanageable by any means when you've got wickets in hand and overs to come. Careful to roll his wrists over the ball. Although I suppose if he middled it, really wouldn't have mattered who was on the boundary. They're again enjoying that vantage point without charge.
They got him!
Run out appeal. What's Gregory Braffett going to do? He's not going to take any chances. Sul Narain, as usual, not the quickest in reacting.
The body language suggests that Taylor was home. And by a good way. Good piece of work nevertheless from Narain. Gregory Braffett just making sure.
There's the confirmation, and it's 45 for 2 after 7. Tamal Badri to bowl the last of his allotted 4 overs. Not much to separate the teams right now. Stronger return from Kieron Pollard, and Williamson would have been struggling.
Olé, Baje!
Just enough touch on it to allow them to get through for 2. Didn't really hit that ball, just came down and finessed it into the onside. Kane Williamson.
Dead ball.
Little bit of byplay between Badri and Ross Taylor. Just a suggestion that a man-cad could be around.
Good, Baje!
And if he was out of his ground, which he is, what's wrong with running him out? Why does he have to give him a warning? And there, he responds with the boundary. Good straight hit by Kane Williamson.
This was always on. When you know that the bowler doesn't spin the ball that much, that's a good place to look to hit him straight back over his head. Long off was wide, a lot of area back behind him. He'll only get 1 this time. One hit a little bit more firmly. Kane Williamson going along well, 22 from 18, strike rate of 122.
Come, boys!
It's giving Ross Taylor a chance to get some momentum going.
Ball back.
And that should be just a single.
Keep it up, guys.
Really neck and neck as far as the progress of both teams at this stage. Except for the additional wicket lost by New Zealand. End of Badri's spell, good effort again. 1 for 20 from 4, 54 for 2 after 8. Fans will be enjoying the better weather today. They were excited with all the shot making from the West Indies earlier on, getting up to 165. Wonder if we'll see a thrilling finish this evening. Quiet rate 9.33. Williamson leading the team, even though McCullum is in the final 11, given the responsibilities of captaincy and responsibilities at the top of the batting order.
Catch him! Chase it!
That's Samuel Badri, not one of the swiftest in the field. Quicker fielder, and this would have been a bit of a struggle for the batsman to get back.
And even when he picked it up, he was slow to throw. That's a good hit. That's going to bring him 4. That's why it's so important to try to cut off the runs wherever you can.
He's a good straight player, Kane Williamson. Picked up the slower delivery and gave himself the room, opened the face and found the gap. Good player. Going from strength to strength. So I'm here in the West Indies a year ago. He's twice the player now that he was then. Can really see the improvement and the command of his game. Knows his game very well. Good time of the ball, good straight player, good technical player.
There is the concern, though, that maybe too much T20 cricket, too much exposure to T20 cricket could damage his correctness and bring about a few bad habits.
Well, I don't think so. His method is off a very good technical base. And once you have that base to fall back on, you're not going to go too far wrong. That's going to be a challenge. Russell equal to it, just 2. So even when he looks to improvise, he does it, he looks to hit it in straight areas.
Badri in a key position here at cover. Hit outside the line of off stump. 9 runs coming off the over, plus a leg by. 64 for 2, 9 overs completed.
Well, that seemed to have taken the inside edge. Almost impossible for Ramdin to take that. He would have been unsighted.
The boys might not look too busy, but they're making sure that the uplink is going beautifully. If they look spaced out, they're supposed to be.
There's a change of bowler. Bowler right arm over.
New bowler is Andre Russell.
That last ball of the previous over actually was an inside edge. You would have seen onto the pad of Ramdin.
He would have been unsighted there, Ramden. The batsman moved across his stumps. And he moves across his stumps. At that point, Ramden isn't seeing anything. It hits the bottom edge. And just needs... Goody had his pads behind it. It was an edge. It did go to the keeper. It did hit the keeper. But I wouldn't call that a chance.
You know we try to be as hard as possible on your keepers. He had it tough in the Test series, conceding 57 byes and the additional responsibilities of captaincy.
I'm sure he'll thank you for mentioning that.
Too wide and bisecting the fielders out on the boundary. Third man and cover. Asked to be hit and was.
Well, the offside field is certainly not set for this length, much less for that line. That's just a free hit for Ross Taylor.
Had a good first over yesterday, but then was plastered by the same man. Took 2 sixes and a 4 off 1 over. That's a line. Got to get it tighter. Limit the opportunities to free the arms. Either the cross-batted shot or the cut or the pull. Can give you some beautiful deliveries and then some half trackers or wide long hops that can disappear.
Well, this field is set, pretty much set for him to be bowling straight. That's not a bad length, but wide again. Shouldn't be able to be hit square like that, Russell. You see that he's pretty much a mixed bag. Lengths and, well, the line is off. So only got one man at point. Can't be bowling out there.
And finishes with a short ball that's deposited by Kane Williamson. So important to finish strong. Well, the batsman has finished strong. 11 from the over. Halfway through their innings, they're 75 for 2 New Zealand. New Zealand and the West Indies almost in a dead heat at this stage. West Indies 73 for 1 at this point, New Zealand 75 for 2. Suggesting a tight battle all the way through. In excellent weather, Sunil Narayan to continue in his second over. Ian Bishop and Danny Morrison in commentary.
Thank you, Faz. Just over 9s for the New Zealanders. Couple down. Always those little comparisons in 50 over cricket or T20 internationals. West Indies, they were 74 for 1 at the same juncture. Now they're up against Sunil Narayan, who's got a few deliveries up his sleeve. It's a little too wide, but playing it well is Williamson. He's in the 30s, 36. Neesham, full toss, disappears again. Chopped on a full toss yesterday from Santoki. This time it's Sheldon Cottrell. Here's the other one from from Narayan. Can't prevent another run to the Black Caps. And the second one, Brendan McCullum. Very disappointed with that, having got to 21 from just 16.
Yes.
Hello, Bish.
Hello, Danny. Yeah, it's starting to hot up. West Indies got to, by the 15th over, they got to about 109. And then they took something like 56 off the last 5 overs. Sammy hoping that he can get ahead of the game by taking a couple of more wickets in this 5-over gap between 11 and 15. And Narayan is the man, but New Zealand seem to be milking him rather than playing the big shots against him at the moment. Wide signalled.
That's good.
Just 5 off the over so far. Oh, runs. That's badly lined, Sunil Narayan. Only a couple, but last ball of the over. He knows it as well, yeah, the twisting of the mouth. 82 for 2.
It's been a bit like that at the moment for the West Indies. That last ball releases the pressure. Yeah, Budry, it's only gone for 5s. It's good in this form of the game. Cottrell a little expensive, but got a wicket. Russell just the 1 over, so he can come back and make amends. Same with Sammy. We know this game changes dramatically
Change of bowler. Bowler right
in a
arm.
very short space of time. Oh, great hats. Sun protection to the max with the straw ones. Got to be done here today. It is very warm and sunny. Fabulous to come and watch the cricket.
Kieron Pollard will bowl a lot of change-ups. And you can understand why Williamson was trying to create some width, because those 2 men in the background to the left of your screen, short third man in there, short third man and short backward point, try to bisect them. Also try to get the batsman Pollard to hit into the wind on that leg side. Oh, he's bowling! A cutter! Came back. Quiet, he says. It's all about the action and not too much talking.
Suddenly they've come alive. In the stands, on the terraces and in the banks. Here in Dominica. Well, you picked a Bish right on cue. Lots of cutters. Hit him high on the thigh pad and then drops back onto the castle. Awful sound for Kane Williamson as the bails are dislodged. Celebrations galore for the West Indies. Today's captain goes. Williamson for 37. New Zealand 82 for 3.
Corey Anderson. Big hitting left-handed batsman. Required rate now has gone over 9.5 per over. We talked earlier today about how many cutters would be bowled by the seamers simply because this pitch is gripping a lot. It's a dry, well, certainly an abrasive surface. Off the mark straight away. And of course both of those players, Mumbai Indians, all through 2014, Kieron Pollard and Corey Anderson.
Lovely changer. Did grip. Watch this. Oh yeah, turned a long way. From Pollard. Good piece of bowling. Nice celebration too.
Yeah, because he's had his little sparks, and most notably in the IPL this year, a little bit of it got away with Mitchell Stark. So I'd like to see. Sunil Narine would have been proud of this delivery. Puff of dust as it landed and nipped back sharply.
Yes, something about those Australians got under the skin of the West Indians in recent times. That's another good changer. That's that tennis ball, slower ball. Talking about tennis ball bounce, where you cut across the ball, the fingers across it, it grips and just hangs, but also bounces out of the surface. So lots of variations to slower balls and cutters from Pollard. On view. More of a seam-up delivery. Finishes the successful over. Just 2 from under a wicket. 84 for 3.
Tom Latham, Luke Ronke, BJ Watling, Tim Southey. .84 for 3. Neck and neck. Neck and neck in terms of runs on the board. West Indies were 84 for 2. Lovely conditions here in Roseau today. Lovely hills and the river that runs down the back of our media centre. It's quite impressive, very clear running water. Once you see it start to change colour, as was the case yesterday, you know that the rains are pending. No, today, no such issues. Lovely forest, and the drive from Roseau to the airport now takes about an hour and a half through the mountains. All the lush flora and fauna. Haven't been to Basalfa Springs myself, but a few of the young men, the Hawkeye guys, have been diving and dipping in all sorts of ponds over Dominica.
Yeah, that's the other one. Sunil Narine. A trickster. Sunil Narine. He liked it, but was there a bit of wood involved? Wait on the up, I think there was. A little bit of fist pumping from Taylor and Anderson. They got across the stumps there, Ross Taylor. Smart batting.
That came off, I would reckon, the line of middle stump. That was taken from middle and leg stump. It's the sort of risk that you have to take against Narine if you get a score off him on his best days. But as we say, it was a lot of risk in it, but successful for Ross Taylor.
Got him! The mystery man gets another in this fabulous format. just been picked off for 4 around the corner, and he produces one with a bit more flight and a bit more bite.
He's going to be difficult to get at today on this surface. This is turned at pace. He revs on it, and it's come off the inside edge. We saw early in the over, at the start of the over, the first ball deviated away from Taylor, then he played the sweep. And the off break does for him now. 21 to Taylor, 88 for 4.
Luke Ronke, he likes to play his shots, but this is a bit different against the spin of Narayan and the clever cutters from Pollard. Luke Ronke's taken off that moustache just now. Someone told me to get a bit of stick in the social media, so he whipped that off with a razor. And he's all clean again.
Thank goodness for that, but that's the knuckleball. That's the one that's gone away from Luke Ronke, and that creates doubt.
One more up for you, silly boy, come on. Come on, all right.
This is the dismissal of Taylor, the off spinner. Yes, good line. Pitching middle and off and straightening.
This is the doubt he causes. Because he's produced this, yeah, gloves, maybe the handle of the blade, onto the stumps. New guy's got to have a look. And he's struggling at the moment. Ends the 13th. Bingo score, it's 88 for 4.
Just that over with 4 runs off it has driven the asking rate up to 11.14 required per over now. Such an asset to have, Sunil Narine, and wickets falling. New Zealand, that could be a critical decider in this run chase. Maybe you might run out of ammunition. Pollard to continue. That should be wide. It is wide, yep. I think it's wide. I think it's wide. Not many agree, but I think it's, when it's landed, it's dropped outside that guideline.
It's a little bit of subjectivity, the umpires. Let's have a look. Let's look inside it. Wow. It's been signalled wide by Mr. Brathwaite. He's the one that counts. Another good delivery. Just 1-2 here, Bish. These two know each other, as you've mentioned, from the IPL. And just wondering here with Anderson, does he step outside his crease? Does he suddenly, as the bowler's about to turn, so he can't get the signal, Pollard, and then stand a bit further up the pitch, get closer to the bowler? You want to do that because he's so hard to catch up with. The changes of pace, the subtle changes of length, and of course it's gripping. So lots of fast off-cutters, tennis ball deliveries that don't arrive. Like this.
It's worth the try, but if he does it too often, I suspect that Ramdin has the option of putting the helmet on and getting up to the stumps to keep him in his crease. Hasn't chosen to do it yet. If it happens too often, that will happen. A lot of ear sandwiches there for good old Corey.
What's happening with these dot deliveries of late from both bowlers now means the run rate required is almost 12. It's 11.85. In a couple of deliveries, 3, First one was a wide, remember, this over. So now had 3 legitimate dot balls on the trot, and the run rate, the asking rate, starts to escalate. Now this taken, no man's land. Pollard was screaming for Badri to come in. Come in, dear fellow. Keep coming. Anderson gets lucky. Pushed it wide, I had to fetch it. So smart bowling again from KP.
Yeah, he's picked out the oldest man in the West Indian 11, probably the slowest as well, Samuel Badri. That's why Pollard's expectations were as if he were feeling himself down at Langholm.
Geez, he's ancient, isn't he? He's 33. Geez, what an old man. Not quite as old as Shiv. He's turning 40 next month, isn't he? It'll feel good for Luke Ronchi. Gets off the strike, but also gets off the mark and allows Anderson to have another go. He's got one more chance in this over. Pollard in this over. Look at the variations here. Lengths, pace. Cutters, went with a full one, which was a wide. Bit of conjecture up here in the box about that, Bish.
Not from me.
Not from me either.
92 for 4.
Gone over 12s now. That is for sure. 12.3. 74 from those 36. With only 6 wickets left in the hut.
Asking rate nearing 12.5, and things getting more difficult for New Zealand. The West Indies putting themselves in a good position. 6 wickets remaining. I'm not too sure what Tom Latham offers with the bat in this format. I haven't seen him. I'm not critiquing him. Just saying we saw him in the Test matches, playing within his zone and spending a lot of time at the crease. That will have to change the nature of his game significantly if he gets an opportunity. It's Darren Sammy into the attack.
This is the 15th over. And for me, very important little over this. Captain's back on, responsibility with ball in hand from Sammy. The New Zealanders simply have to get a wriggle on here. My feeling, gut feeling here is take a punt against Sammy. Yeah, he bowls little cutters and stuff. Keeper stands up, but he's of that pace. They want to try and whistle him out of the park. Strike back to Anderson. Can Corey Anderson get cracking here? He's going to come round the wicket again, Darren Sammy. And to be slightly off target in his length in that nice little fullish zone. He gets fractionally fuller than that. It's in the arc for Anderson. Here we go. Yeah, looking, and he missed out. Not a bad delivery though, because he tailed it back in a bit, closed it down, but if he's slightly off with that, Darren Sammy, it will go a long, long way.
Back in there, sir. Come on, buddy.
And don't forget about Luke Ronke.
Got better on the slow pitch, Sammy boy.
Very good striker as well. But he's had to come in and try and get moving right from the get-go. 5 from 5, you don't mind that in this format. Little cutter again. Ramden standing up. 1 to go in the 15th. 100 not posted yet. So a couple to finish the 15th. 99 for 4.
Got it? Next one down here, yeah?
2 too many wickets, I reckon. They'd like to be 2 down at the stage. They've lost 4 New Zealand. To take you through last part of this T20 International, Baz and Jeffrey.
Thank you, Danny. 67 from 30 balls. Required rate of almost 13 and a half. But you look at it at the same stage, the West Indies were just 10 runs ahead and went on to accelerate towards the end. Maybe they'll need a prayer from somewhere up there. Karen Pollard, important wicket of Kane Williamson. There he goes, and he's cleared long off easily. That's his range. Needs a few more of those to get New Zealand back in it.
Well, you need to be trying to get it full and straight. That wasn't full enough or straight enough. Gave Anderson the use of his arms, and he didn't need a second invitation.
The West Indies know his power hitting only too well. A record-breaking one-day international 100 on New Year's Day in Queenstown of 36 balls, beating the 37-ball 100 by Shahid Afridi.
Got to look to aim at that right toe and keep it close. Because at this point, the straighter it is the more likely the batsman is going to try to play across the line. Got away with murder there with that one. But the vigor is in pace. As we've been talking about throughout these 2 games, the vigor is in pace of the pitch have made those cross-batted shots a bit difficult to time.
Another clever change of pace. Not just about brawn for Karen Pollard, it's about brain. Thinks the game a lot.
A little bit of anxiety there from Ronke. Probably had him swinging a little bit too early at that, even though he saw it was a slower delivery. Desperately need boundaries now, New Zealand. As Darren Bravo's been brought over onto the onside, to that mid-wicket area. Deep mid-wicket being repositioned. This could be a short pitch delivery. And it is hit hard and high. 6.
Well, that was a calculated risk. And Ronke, who has that reputation of being able to put it away at pace, really latched onto that one. He knew it was travelling the moment he laid bat onto it. 13 off the over. Make that 14. With the leg by. 16 overs completed. 113 for 4.
Well, this one was too short to have been a problem for anyone, and got exactly what it was asking for.
Andre Fletcher following up his 52 yesterday with 62 today. Excellent bowling by Trent Boult and an outstanding catch on the boundary. Might not want to be celebrating too early, the West Indies fans. They may be the favourites at this stage, but New Zealand required rate within range. The power hitter like Anderson at the crease, Ronke in support. Sulner to bowl his last over. Skied it. Andre Russell at long off takes the catch. Narain the man again.
Well, it was up there and he had to go after it, Ronke. And just got a little bit too much under it. Didn't have the legs to get over the boundary, and simple catch once Russell settled under it. Maybe just collapsing a little bit into his right foot a bit and getting too far under it, Ronke. Simple catch for Russell. And Ronke goes for 12. It's now 1-1-3 for 5.
Corey Anderson to face. Puts the new man on strike. BJ Watling. Doer and Defiant described his batting in the Test series. Well, you need to cast those aside. There's no time for that now.
Where they're looking at 14.18. And you're not going to do that with singles. Got to visit the ropes a couple of times. Ryan gets away with a long hop. It's all about the boundaries now. West Indies won't mind conceding singles at this point. It's to stop this big man from launching a couple to keep hope alive.
Won't risk a second to this man. Excellent in the outfield, Andre Russell. Quick across the ground, safe pair of hands, strong throw. Wastes no time getting to the ball. Run out chance. Could be gone.
May just have got back in time, BJ Watling. But a suicidal single. Sammy took a little bit of time to get rid of it. And that may just have been enough time for Watling to get back in.
BJ Watling diving into his ground. The bat is in, but the bat was raised for a while. Let's see what happens here. The bail's coming off. I think he's out.
Yes, it's starting to look that way. He's not even crossed the line with the bat when Ramdin starts to break the stumps. So that'll come back as out, and another wicket will have fallen.
And there's the confirmation. Another wicket going down. Cue the celebrations. Sunil Narayan again tightening the screws. They've come from far and wide in Dominica in hopes of a West Indies victory. Watling goes for 116 for 6. Like BJ Watling, Tom Latham was really obdurate in those test matches, played a vital role in New Zealand's test triumph. He's got a good strike rate of over 100. He needs to get the man at the other end, Corey Anderson, on strike. Last ball of Narayan's spell. Run out chance at the bowler's end. Not picked up cleanly by Badri. But at the end of another excellent spell from Sunil Narayan. 2 for 19 from 4. It's 116 for 6 with 3 overs to go.
This was a suicidal signal. At first, it looked as if he'd gotten back, but very short was BJ Watling. Put the brakes on, but couldn't get back in time.
One of the remarkable elements about Sunil Narayan is that with all of the analysis, we just had Hawkeye examining finger on the ball, thumb on the ball, off the ball and so on. He still manages to be a handful in this abbreviated form of the game. New Zealand, the required rate now climbing up towards 17 per over. It's almost out of range, almost. But they need a big couple of overs now. Sheldon Cottrell got a wicket early up.
He was very expensive. That's launched. Does it carry? Yes, it does. And it's taken by Darren Sammy.
That's the man gone there that the West Indies will feel they've got the match in hand now. They'll be celebrating anyway. But with the rest of the batting available to New Zealand, they'd have to do something really remarkable.
It was in the slot. May have hit the closer to the bottom of the bat for Corey Anderson. Went flat. And a safer pair of hands than Darren Sammy's. You'll walk miles to find. So Corey Anderson goes for 14. 116 it is now for 7.
Tim Southey won't be on strike. It'll be Tom Latham facing up to Sheldon Cottrell. West Indies will happily concede these singles because it won't make a difference at this stage.
18.38 required. And here's the wicket of Corey Anderson. Good catch from Darren Sammy. And the salute from Sheldon Cottrell, his second wicket. And with Corey Anderson, I think New Zealand's hopes may have gone as well. 18.38. Tim Southey is a lusty hitter, but this may just be beyond him.
Square leg fielder coming in off the boundary, inside the circle. Third man has gone back. Slow delivery from Cottrell. Well, he might have the physique and the attitude that he wants to beat it, Tim Southey, but the technique will be lacking. Might be the will, but not the way to get 48 from 15 balls. Looks all over bad, the shouting. With every ball that goes by, New Zealand's task becomes nigh impossible.
And Cottrell taking pace off the ball. The smart thing to do at this juncture. Force the batsman to really go after it. We'll get two here and it'll be gladly conceded. West Indies, you'd have to stay on the brink of saving a little face. They lost the Test series. They lost the first of these two T20s, but look on the verge of taking the second. That's out. Steered straight into Bravo's hands at backward point.
And the celebration started a long time ago, just intensifying now. The Dominicans have come out on this Sunday hoping to see their team pull off a victory in the evening sunshine, and they're getting it. Another change of pace, simple catch, just overhead high. Darren Bravo making no mistake. Salutes all around. They're copying the Jamaica Defence Force man. He goes for 3, it's 120 for 8 New Zealand. Trent Bolt won't be on strike. That was the last ball of the 18th over. Good Yorker length delivery. Couldn't do much with that, Southey. And the West Indies have really got their fans here in Dominica in a celebratory mood. More than 15-20 minutes ago when they got the two important wickets in quick succession. Kane Williamson, Ross Taylor, and from that point on New Zealand was subsiding, they were struggling, and these fans of all ages were celebrating. Southey bowled beautifully, as did Trent Bolt. Doesn't seem it's going to make a difference now for New Zealand. Coming towards the end of 5 weeks in the Caribbean. They took the Test series. Just a couple. It looks as if they're going to have to share the spoils in the T20s. As you said, do some consolation for the West Indies. These fans, many of them long suffering, many of them seeing international cricket for the first time or fairly new to international cricket live here at Windsor Park. They'll take it however it comes. Just over his head. Fletcher saves the boundary. He's surrendering the T20 title in Bangladesh last March. New Zealand, they didn't get into the knockout phase in that competition, lost out in a low-scoring affair to Sri Lanka, the eventual champions.
Last delivery of the innings, of the over rather. That's flicked up in the air and taken. Samuel Badri, the catcher. Rather, Sheldon Cottrell, the catcher. So they're trying to just ramp one over short fine leg. Didn't have enough pace on it. And just spooned it to Cottrell. Sheldon Cottrell has really been in the game. 3 wickets and now a catch. The slower delivery. Didn't have the pace on it. Couldn't get the distance. Simple catch for Cottrell. And Tim Southey goes for 2. It's now 126 for 9 after 19.
Sodhi is the last man, but it will be Tim Southey. He's just gone. In fact, it will be Trent Bolt to face. West Indies poised for a pretty comfortable victory in the end. How different the conditions from yesterday. Run out chance, might be gone here. Darren Bravo with the throw. I think they're celebrating already.
Well, the umpires have gone upstairs to check, and out by just about the parish. So that's going to be a quick decision coming back, and it will end this second T20 as New Zealand are bowled out for 126 and West Indies square the series.
Comfortable victory in the end. They got the runs on the board. New Zealand, without some of their specialists, they didn't fly them in for this series, but they were good enough to win yesterday, but not today. And how these fans are at Windsor Park enjoying it now. Darren Bravo with the direct hit from the cover point, and the West Indies are able to save a victory, finishing off this series against New Zealand. And those fans from Dominica and other parts of the Windward Islands would have come in for this match, enjoying the moment. Darren Sammy, a favourite of the fans here in the Windward Islands. He's from St. Lucia. And really enjoying the moment. The young and the not so young. New Zealand found it very hard to get the bowling away. Samuel Badri, Sunil Narayan at the top. Wickets falling at regular intervals. And that's what a West Indies victory means to the fans. Might just be a temporary reprieve from the general struggles, but it's a win nevertheless. Those youngsters will aspire to play for the West Indies one day. Some of these fans would have travelled around the Caribbean looking forward to the occasion when top international cricket comes back to Dominica. It's the first T20 internationals played on this ground. And there's the New Zealand scorecard. No one really being able to anchor the innings. Kane Williamson got 37. But then he was bowled by Pollard off his body. Ross Taylor might have done something. Corey Anderson. But they really couldn't get on the accelerator.
Bowling for the West Indies, Sheldon Cottrell. 3 wickets for him. 2 for Sunil Narayan, 1 for Russell, 1 for Pollard, and 1 for Samuel Badri. So there you have it, the New Zealand winning the toss, putting the West Indies into bat. The West Indies 165 for 6, Fletcher 62, 36 from Simmons, and then New Zealand managing only 126. West Indies win by 39 runs. Let's go downstairs to Danny.